And for this next lesson, we're going to jump over to a different domain property in Google Search Console. We're actually going to check out a Squarespace website called Shop Little Honey that my wife runs. This is an e-commerce business selling handmade hair bows, scrunchies, bow ties, all that kind of stuff. And this is going to illustrate a good example of branded search. So there's sort of two different types of search. Branded search, which just means that the search query, the search term, includes your brand or the name of your business. So in this case, the business is called Shop Little Honey. Non-branded search is everything else. So it's all of the searches that you show up for that don't include any name or misspelling or deviation from your name. So let's add a filter to our queries here. As you can see, she shows up quite a bit for her brand name, which is typical for pretty much any business. Especially if you're a local business, the majority of what you see in Google Search Console will be branded search, because it's people who have heard of and who are looking for your specific business. It's not necessarily showing up for something like bow subscription, which is a general term that doesn't include your brand. So if we filter this by queries that include Shop Little Honey, we just see the one showing up. Now, if we dial that back to just shop, you can see all of these different variations that are similar. So there's Shop Little Honey, Shop Peyton, the Bow Shop, and then we can also just let's do Little Honey, and you see a bunch showing up here. So this would all be considered branded search because you're showing up for search terms that are basically variations on your brand name. And why branded search matters is because typically if you're showing up for searches, let's say you're an HVAC company and you're showing up for your brand name plus HVAC, these are people who already know about your business and are probably even looking for your business in Google search. This can help you find specific keywords that you should be trying to rank for that you maybe don't even know about yet. So if my wife, for example, in her store had physical locations, a lot of times I'll see people showing up for a search like this. So your brand name plus locations. So maybe on your website, you don't have a locations page and you don't know that you even need one. But potentially there's already people today looking for locations of your business. And even though they're getting to your website, they're finding your website, you could probably do a better job of optimizing for those searches by including a locations page on your website. So looking specifically at branded search will help tell you specific pages on your website that you should have that you don't already have. Because these are things that people are looking for about your business that maybe you're not telling them online. This is sort of low-hanging fruit in terms of keyword research because typically these people are looking for something about your business. As soon as you create this content and index it, you'll start ranking those specific pages for those search queries. Non-branded search. So let's say now we want to look for queries that don't contain Shop Little Honey. And we can also change this to, So now we're looking at non-branded search queries. Non-branded search queries are useful because this is all the other stuff that we're showing up for in search that doesn't include our brand name. So typically these searches are going to have really high search volume because they're more general. So for example, there's going to be a lot more search volume for like bow subscription or set of scrunchies, because that's a general search that a lot of people are making every single day trying to find the answer to that. So those are things that we want to rank for as well, because when people start to look, when people use Google to start to find things like a set of scrunchies, if that's what I sell, I want to show up in those searches. Using non-branded search will help you find organic search terms that you also should be ranking for that you aren't currently, or maybe that you've started to rank for within Search Console, but you just need to put a little more emphasis on that page. Maybe it needs to be faster. Maybe you need more content on that page. Maybe you just need to increase the number of backlinks pointing to that page on your website. So using Search Console for branded and non-branded search can help you find low-hanging fruit in terms of creating new content on your website that you'll rank for really quickly because you're already starting to show up for some of those search terms.